Hey everybody, so just got home from work, changed real quick because my wife's car, her radiator went out, so I've got to replace it, but I'm trying to make sure that I can actually do it because I'm not a big car person. So I'm going to try and take the old one out. If the old one comes out, no big deal, I'll go buy the new one tomorrow and then put the new one in tomorrow afternoon. But what it is, and apparently it's common in this model car, it's just pouring water from between the seal from the top plastic part and that metal piece. Whoever's bright idea it was to use plastic on the radiator, I guess it probably helps so it can expand and loosen, but at this point it seems a bit trivial, but whatever. So I'm going to try and get that out. I've got to take the fans off first, and then I got to drain it and unhook all the wires and see if it slides out. So hopefully everything goes smoothly. We'll see.
This is what you were supposed to unpull.
Alright, we got the radiator out. Now we just got to get the fans off of it, and then tomorrow I'll pick up the new radiator, put the fans and everything back on it, put it in, hook all the hoses back up. And that's where we're at right now. Just got in from taking the radiator out of the car. I'm going to get the new one tomorrow and put that in tomorrow, but now it's time to cook dinner. We're going to have something that we don't have all the time. I just happened to catch some of the ingredients on sale and decided that that's what I was in the mood for. So I'm going to make those. First thing I'm going to do though, so what's on the menu is we're going to have lamb pork burgers. It's 1 pound of pork with 2 pounds of lamb. That gives a little bit of extra seasoning, a little bit of flavor from the pork, but enough lamb that you can really taste the lamb. I'm also going to make a spaghetti squash. I like spaghetti squash. My wife likes it, and the kids, they'll tolerate it. I'm hoping to try something new with the spaghetti squash that will make them like it. So let's get it cut open, and then we'll season it and get it in the oven so that we can mix up the ground lamb and ground pork, and then make the patties so they can go in the fridge and cool. I do already have my cast iron skillet in the oven preheating, so that way when it's ready to cook, it's already hot. You can do that on the stovetop, it just takes a little bit longer. Get a good sharp knife, make sure it's sharp. So down to the spaghetti squash. Do with this is just cut it right down the center, so swear the knife is sharp. Spaghetti squash can be kind of expensive in the store. I actually got this from a farmer's market, so it was actually only $1. Normally in the store they're like $1.99 a pound, so if you got a farmer's market, go there. So first we got to clean out the insides here, and then we're gonna put some oil on them and season them and get them in the oven. So let me get a spoon, garbage bowl. Kind of work it around the edges, get all the seeds and goop out of the inside. Bring these back in. Grab some olive oil. Just want to drizzle enough on each. Oop, that was way too much. Anyways, do this. Just use your hands, kind of spread it around on the outside. It kind of helps protect this from burning, plus it'll help the spice that we're going to use stick to it. I also do the bottom side just in case so it doesn't stick to the pan that it's in. Of course, I got plenty of grease in there. Same thing on this one. Ooh, gotta take the stickers off. Alright, that's good. I'm gonna wash my hands. So, what I'm hoping will get the kids to like this a little bit more is this. So you can make salad dressing, you can season hamburgers, french fries, so like I said, salad dressing, stuff like that. I'm gonna put it on this and see how the kids enjoy it. I'm gonna coat it pretty heavily. Never tried it this way. Usually I just salt and pepper it and call it a day. But like I said, trying to help the kids out. So that's it. This goes in the oven at 400 and just kind of check on it about every 15 to 20 minutes until it's tender. Alright, next up we got, like I said, 2 packs of lamb, pack of ground pork. So in there. This is really expensive in the States, so we want to make sure we get all the ground lamb out of the package. Okay, so I'm going to season this with a little bit of curry, a little bit of ginger, salt, pepper, and just a dash of cayenne for a little bit of heat. So we'll do the cayenne first. So again, just a couple dashes. Got the kids eating, they don't like it too spicy. A couple hits of the ginger. Curry powder is my favorite thing in the world. So, curry powder that up. Salt. Pepper. And then basically we're just gonna mush it together till we get it all combined, and then we'll start making patties. about a small baseball size. Just work it between your hands. Give it a good squish. And then set it on a tray. Small baseball size. What you're doing here is you're working it together more so it blends a little bit better and it sticks together better. So what you're looking for in the patty is when you squeeze it out like that, you're not getting any weird cracks or anything where it looks like the meat's pulling apart. When I'm done making all the patties, they're going to go back in the fridge to cool for about 20 minutes. And what that'll do is that'll let all this fat that we've heated up kind of pull back together. That way they'll stay together during the cooking process. Alright, last one, I'm going to get it done. Get those into the fridge. While these are sitting in the fridge, it's a good time to cut tomatoes, onions, whatever else you're having with the burgers. So, put this in the sink. Silly me, forgot to get tomatoes on the way home. So my wife went to get tomatoes, so I'm going to let this stuff chill out in the fridge, and then we'll chop up the veggies when she gets home. And then we'll, here in a few minutes, about 10 minutes, we'll start cooking the patties. Our cast iron's out of the oven. You can see it smoking, so it's ready to go. Our burgers have had time to cook, so we're going to get these bad boys in here. I do have my heat on medium, simply because the cast iron skillet was so hot. We'll let those sizzle away for about 2 to 3 minutes on this side, then we'll flip them and go 2 to 3 minutes on the other side, just to give them a nice crust. I'm going to go and flatten this one down so it cooks evenly across it. So, let those go. The other batches, I pulled them off at 150. 140 is rare for lamb. 160 is cooked. It's rare for pork. So I pulled them off at 150, well 147 about, and I put them in the microwave on a plate so they get warm. They'll continue to cook while they rest in there. I got the next batch on. I got 2 more after this. So once all of this is done, I'll come back to you. Alright, so the burgers are still cooking. My wife's back with veggies, so I've got red onions, some tomatoes, lettuce, avocado, and then I'm going to get these sliced up. If you have a mandolin, just use a mandolin. It's a lot easier, it's a lot quicker, and you get the same cuts. If you're good with a knife, use a knife. It's completely up to you, but use what's easiest for you. So all I did was slice this in half, and I'm going to clean it off. That's all the onion we actually need, because our kids really don't eat it, so the other half will just get put up. And she got some avocados. If you peel your avocado versus cutting it and scooping it out, you'll leave a lot of the avocado flesh there, and you won't waste as much on the skin itself. Take the end off. And then check all your lettuce, make sure none of it is too bad. This piece here is a little brown, so it's going out. Check my burgers. The last thing we have left to cut up is tomatoes. My family loves tomatoes, so. Now you have 2 options with tomatoes. You can just cut it with a straight knife. As long as your knife is good and sharp, you should be able to just slice through it, no big deal. Another trick I have for tomatoes, good old-fashioned bread knife. If you don't have a really sharp knife to cut tomatoes, bread knife, serrated edges. Don't try and push through with a normal knife. You're using the way of the knife, going straight through it. With a serrated edge bread knife, you're doing the hacksaw motion, and you're just it'll peel right through those tomatoes. So I'm going to flip it around here. Start on this side, so I've still got the stability of my middle. That's another thing. Go halfway to your tomato so you get to here, then flip it around and cut the other side this way, and then you still have the stability of this bottom. So again, if you've got a good sharp knife, the way the knife will slice right through it. If you don't, bread knife. Cut from this side to the middle, flip it around, cut from this side to the middle, that way you've always got that flat spot to cut on. That doesn't matter if you're using a bread knife or a sharp knife. Alright, so the spaghetti squash is done. So you'll notice the edge is browned real good. Here. So another thing to know when spaghetti squash is done is when you take a fork and start doing this, it starts to peel. So you just want to keep working that down the sides, and if you notice, it strings and it looks like spaghetti. So you can eat that with, you can actually make spaghetti with this and it's really good. You just make your meat sauce, string your spaghetti squash, roast it like this and then string it, put your spaghetti sauce over top, it's real good. Sometimes we'll make stir fry and put it over these. They're super good. I'm going to go ahead and scrape all the insides out, get it into a bowl, and probably mix it with some more of that ranch seasoning, and we'll see what it looks like. Alright, so I've got everything done. The squash is finished. I pulled it out of the skin, added some more seasoning, some more ranch and salt to it. this is kind of what it looks like. See how it gets stringy just like spaghetti. It smells really good. It smells like ranch. I'm gonna give it a try. Like I said, it's the first time I've made it this way, so. It's not bad. It's still a little crunchy, which I like my vegetables to still be a little crunchy. I don't like them mushy. And it's got a good ranch flavor. It's a good seasoning. I've made homemade ranch with it. So, it's pretty good. I'm going to get everything assembled and we're going to sit down and eat dinner. I'll make one. I'll make up a hamburger and show you guys what it looks like, cut it in half and stuff. And so, give me a few minutes. Alright, so I was cooking and my big camera died. The battery died, so got my burger. I've got mayo, some jalapeno mustard, tomato, onion, avocado, lettuce. There's the burger. I might put some coleslaw in it after I taste it to see what it's like, but I'm gonna go ahead and bun, squish. So there she is. See, she's a little pink on the inside, got a good medium rare to it. And that's the cross section. I'm gonna take a bite and see what it is, see how it is. Hopefully it's good. That's a pretty good burger. I'm gonna go ahead and feed the kids and feed the wife. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Probably won't be doing more filming tonight. So, as we say at the end, till tomorrow.